Yeah, okay, mate. Let's have a look here. Sorry for late reply on this. I seen it earlier and then I completely forgot to reply. I'm at my parents' house and my niece and nephew's running about, kind of distracting me. So, but let's look here. The cake overall chart was leading a little bit. I see what you're looking at here. This large volume kind of top the market. Sometimes you come up above there, you have your sale up above it. If it does come up there, I like what you're looking at to see the sale above capitulation. Um, Sometimes you don't get up there. It filled the wick. It filled the wick here. So yeah, drops back down in here. I think you've got the trending tool on. Trending tool is fantastic in an uptrend and in a bull market. It gives really good points of entry. And on top of that, then when you have those and find those trending tool points of entry, you can use sentiment tool to gauge your strength. Is it green? If it is green, or if it's still red, wait until it flips green around that area and uh, and try and ride that trend as you can see higher. Now in sentiment. Um, it's great for gauging the buy and sellers and the volume and stuff. It's great for gauging the strength of the market. And you can see here, it lost strength right here, and you can see, nothing happened then because obviously sentiment and volume was poor and all the rest, and things started to pick up here. And it's a wonderful tool, really, really powerful. Um, it is, my opinion is underappreciated, but the market's been, so terrible. Really, the truth is, even since we've launched sentiment, till most of the market has just been crashing. I would say most of the time. Well, I do think, if we can get even a hot period in this cycle, a hot period at all, I don't mean in the cycle, it will, people will start to value and understand how powerful sentiment is. The new tool I'm building, and the truth is, I've been building it for over 3 years. Part of it, no, maybe I shouldn't say 3 years, but I mean it's been a process. Time frame status is actually part of it. But the new tool, it is how I have almost 100x'd my account trading for years, and I just hope that. Well, I think the new tool will really help people. That's okay, here. You're on a 10-minute chart, pushed up. You're looking for a 50% retrace or whatever that is. But it's also a retrace into support where you had, like this is a bit of an open candle. Um, these open candles can be gaps that can act as magnets that want to come back and get filled at some point. But also you have all the moving averages coming into the area. So I do, as a visual, I do like your area already there, without looking at anything else, volume or anything else. Um, so yeah, I like racking up. I just wanted to see. Mm, Yeah, so the fact that now it's just a little help. The fact that there's a bullish 3-day stop on here, it does still it opens the door. At least it's a help that there can be maybe a continued trend. Okay, like you can see there was one there. You got the, the second candle had pushed higher, but obviously that failed into the moving averages the first time. You got a bullish 3-day stop on here and you got continuation as well. It's not to be all and end all, but it just helps to try and give that continuation if you've a bullish, larger time frame stop hunt, like a 3-day stop hunt. Even um, here, bullish 3-day stop hunt, there was still further prices higher even though it failed. So what I'm trying to suggest is that if there was dips here somewhere before the new day candle, they could have been good buys because there's likely some sort of continued push higher. There is a little bit of a dip here, so it's suggesting that there can be buy at some point. So you can see your level there now. Well, this broke up, and you can see your level in and around here, where it's a bit of the gap coming in here with the moving averages. So yeah, still consolidating. I do like it. If it does come down there, I think it's a buy. Um, because of the 3-day stop on, because the bull move up, because the support kind of in this area here, the retrace obviously as well. Don't throw any fibs on it, but it looks like a decent retrace. Also looks like some sort of a bull flag retrace, if you want to call it that, before that next move higher. We have not come above capitulation yet. Capitulation can also act like a magnet that will, when it's ready, push price above capitulation. Now, obviously, that doesn't always happen either, but it's another thing that does act like a magnet and that can bring buyers back into this market. Yeah, sorry, mate. I actually got a phone call there. I'm not sure what I was saying. But this still looks like a bullish move higher that is getting the retrace, a little bit like what it did here, right? So it's just a matter of time uh, to try and find the bottom. And as you can see, what happened back here, where did it drop to? It dropped right into the moving averages, and which is also the low end of this large candle. So we have a similar sort of setup here. So any more downside down into here looks like a good buy to go higher. So yeah, I do agree with you here. This does look like a buy point and watch down in there. Now I just maybe you can see where I put this here, so you can see the two lines from the end here. Just anywhere, I just want to capture this range, and you can see exactly where the range is if it would load there. And then you can see down here. So right here where you've put your mark, roughly, I mean it's pretty much the same spot. That is your point of control. So what I would suggest is that just above that point of control, down in here, does look like a good area, right? So that's added confidence. This volume support right here, this volume node right down in here. So down the volume node is at 185. So dips down above that area. This should be support. The other thing I just want to point out here is that it's having a red 12-hour candle, and you can see what happened last time. And so it looks like it's going to stay red, this candle, and then a new 12-hour candle. You can see what happened here last time. For example, it came down and took out the lows of this red candle, and then reversed and flipped green again. So if you keep an eye out for something similar to that on a new 12-hour, that might give you a better clue that there is a real reversal point. So yeah, it's definitely worth watching. And I mean, if it could also if it could actually really run and have a true breakup, if it came up here and then chopped about in here, there's a chance then that that it holds in here and gets bigger moves to the upside to the top end of the range. It's still stuck in this choppy base down here on the bottom, but as you can see on the base, it is actually kind of, well, I'm not going to say head and shoulders, but there's something going on here that is trying to form this base. Uh, you could call it a compression pattern in a way. I was going to say maybe there's one there, but there's not really one there. But you can see clearly there's a neckline here forming. So dips down and moves up into that neckline. Need to watch then to see if it holds and breaks above the neckline before possibly running higher. So far, it still has a bullish weekly stop hunt at the lows that is just giving, in theory, bullish consolidation. A new week could open up, and this could get that second candle higher. Right, that's a real possibility at this point because it's had a bullish reversal here, and it's getting still inside bullish consolidation. It's not the easiest chart or to trade or whatever because it's so choppy. I mean, look at the 3 months in here that is just kind of chopped about. But what has happened is we've taken liquidity down below after all this chop, and now it is attempting to run and get that move higher. The 2 week is also trying to flip green here. That's a decent sign. That's what you want to see. So obviously, if it's going to stay green here and try and get that move higher, it's looking pretty good. 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks here stuck right in here. So it's not an easy chart to call exactly when it's going to run, but from the analysis, it looks like it's trying. You can see here there was many weeks. These 2 week candles they get stuck in the pattern. It got stuck here, got stuck here, got stuck here, I suppose, and now it's kind of stuck here. The last thing I'll finish with here is because there is a 3 week candle, a new 3 week candle here in 2 days time. So that will be important because there's, well, it's still red here on this candle, but you can see here what is very possible to happen is that because this is trying to reverse, there might be a small wick down before flipping green on the new 3 week, which is in 2 days time. Anyway, mate, yeah, I hope you're well. And this has been dropping since you've called this, so it's a good call on that. And it could continue to drop down into your level.